My name is Danial.
My name is Muhammad Aliff.
And my name is Alexian.
My name is AMIR.
And we are from group ulab 2122 from Academic English Skill, and we are going to present to you an article about sports such as combat sport, artistic gymnastics and rugby are sports that can cause fatal injuries and should be banned. Let me start with the introduction first. Do you know that sports are very popular? For example, during the football match, there's always crowd at Mamak restaurant. As you can see, they want to cheer on for their favorite team. So sports are very popular to people this day due to they can cheer on their favorite team or feeling the excitement of watching them compete. And as for actual participants, it may be due to their enjoyment of playing the sport. To justify the popularity, DANIAL stated that each year an estimated 38 million of children participate in organized sport in United States, only in the United States alone. So he added there is 170 million of adults participate in sports. So, okay, but do you know that sports can lead to a very serious injuries which may end up to death? There was once an American professional racing driver of National Association of Car Stock Racing, which known as NASCAR, Sir Ralph Dale Sr. He actually suffered blunt force trauma to the head, which is the cause of his death during his last ride. Okay, to be general, most of the sports are more likely to suffer traumatic brain injury according to Miller and Chantuk. Falsu, Ward and Coronado state that in the United States alone, roughly 1.7 million people sustain a traumatic brain injury.
Okay, so for my part, I will present about combat sports. Combat sport is a competitive contact sport that usually involve in one-on-one combat, which participants wins by scoring points or knocking out their opponent. Combat sports include boxing, judo, karate, mixed martial art, and so on. And combat sport is one of the dangerous sport that can cause long-term injury to the participants. Either male or female participants, both can be injured when they participate in combat sport. And usually the participants got the injury in their upper body to their head. This is because upper body and head are one of the parts that always get hit and being the main target by their opponent. So that is the reason for almost participants in combat sport often have an injury in their upper body to their head, include their hand, wrist and shoulder. Mixed martial art or UFC are the top famous combat sports. But have you heard any news or article regarding the injury that occur in mixed martial art or boxing or UFC? No, right? That's because the majority of the injury occur in that sport is underreported. To prevent from all of the injury, the participant needs to wear the protective gear. For example, the protective gear is such as glove, headgear, mouth guard, arm guard, shin guard, and many more. But if the participant wear the protective gear, it is not mean that the participant will not get any injury. However, wearing the protective gear in a competition, they can drastically lower the injury rates and reduce the long-term injury in combat sport.
Okay, so today I will present about artistic gymnastics. For me, artistic gymnastics is one of the dangerous sports which can cause an immediate injury to an athlete. So Given the features of the artistic gymnastic, the substantial number of specialized combination and the race difficulty, there is a large number of injuries both during training and competition. There are many types of injuries, and the injury severity can span a broad spectrum from abrasion to fractures to those injuries that can cause severe permanent dysfunctionality and death. Sprains and strains are consistently among the three most common injuries for these gymnasts. Other types of injuries include contusion, fractures, and overuse injury. The connection of the psychological factors with the physiological ones became very evident in artistic gymnastics. The connection between those two factors play an important role in the exercises that give the impression of the difficulty of the component elements, the combination, the virtuosity of the execution, and the elegance of movement.
For the next sports that can cause long-term injury, we chose rugby as an example, because we know that we are all aware that rugby is the most brutal sport that we can see in the world right now. In fact, rugby is the number 3rd most sport that cause player to tackle each other. The player tackle each other to prevent the other team from scoring, so there will be much of a tackling throughout the game. Now, as you can see here, it can cause long-term injuries to the player due to the amount of contact between players. As I said earlier, player will tackle each other to prevent them from scoring. The second thing is the medic team. Professional in medic usually need to assess the player when the injury occurs. The job of the medic team is, as you can see here, they are used to indicate whether the player that suffered the injury can continue the game or they need to be subbed off if they are unable to continue. This is why usually you can see the medic team nearby the field so that they can do the indication process so quick that it doesn't take much time for the game, so that the game of rugby does not strengthen, make it longer. The third thing is the rehabilitation process. The process is done so that the player can recover smoothly from the injury that they suffered during the game, especially the arm area. So some of the equipment used is for the shoulder injury, you can see is the arm sling. You can normally see arm sling when some people accident and they hurt their shoulder. This is an example of an arm sling. Some of the shoulder injury can be cured easily and does not take much time if it's done properly. An example is if you do the shoulder workout, you must be careful to not overwork it so that the injury does not become any worse than it already. Despite the strong facts given earlier, the athletes are still rejecting the banning idea and keep on playing it, although they know the sport itself can cause them fatalities. Maybe it is their source of income since they are only specializing to that certain type of sport, or maybe it is their passion and excitement for playing that sport. Okay. On the other hand, the injuries can be minimalized by providing a safety procedure and safety rules. For example, during a rugby match, we can make them wear protective gear such as headgear, mouth guard, shin guard, or any other else. Or maybe we can give a boxing glove to the MMA fighters. This safety equipment, however, have no guarantee to actually protect the wearer, but at least they are trying to reduce the injuries. Hopefully they realize the risk needed to play dangerous sports and take the banning idea as consideration.